Let's talk now about how to convert back and forth between, what do you call these numbers? You call that an improper fraction. That's a mixed fraction or mixed number. Normally, here we go again, if your answer to some math problem is an improper fraction, don't leave it that way. Convert to a mixed number. There will be times, we'll see them later, when you need to be able to convert a mixed number back into an improper fraction. That's really the easier of these two methods, so let's talk about that first. Although it's not as commonly done, let's do it first because that's just a lot easier. Let's convert 2.5 and see what it becomes, which of course you know already. The way you work it is, you take the number. You take the whole number, 2. You multiply by the denominator. I said the word, denominator, the bottom number. 2 times 2 is 4. Then add the top number, 1. 4 plus 1 is 5. So there it is, 5. Put that on top. You keep the same denominator, 2. So again, the rule is every time the whole number multiplied by the denominator, then add the numerator. That becomes a new numerator. And just keep the same denominator. Let's practice on several others. What about 4 and 2/3? Well, how would you do that? The whole number, 4 times 3. 4 times 3, 3 times 4, same thing, of course. That's 12. 12 plus 2 must be roughly 14. 14 thirds, that's the answer. We came up with the improper fraction from the mixed number. A couple more. You're getting the hang of this, I hope. 1 and 7/8. 1 times 8 is 8. 8 plus 7 must be about 15. So 15 goes on top. You keep the same denominator. 15/8. There you go. You've done it. Now, the reverse of this is a little trickier, but let's explain a few basic ideas about this. Every fraction, any fraction, all fractions, that pretty much covers it, right? All fractions you can think of and can use as a division problem. Even something like 1/2, just the fraction 1/2. You can think of it as 1 divided by 2. In fact, we'll see later if you take and get your calculator, 1 divided by 2, well, that gets you a decimal number, but that's a division problem. 5 divided by 2. Hey, 5/2, same thing, 5 divided by 2. That's 15 divided by 8. So every fraction is a division problem. Well, let's work it that way. In fact, let's do one we've already seen, okay. 5/2. Let's don't start with that one. That one would be confusing. How about one like this? 14 thirds. Now, we already know what it is, of course, but let's just show you what it is. Let's take 14 thirds and convert that into a mixed number. We'll do it as a division problem. 14 divided by 3. Now, let's just stop. Time out. There are some people who have a little bit of a problem with knowing which one goes where, because 4th grade was a long time ago and you forgot your rules you learned in 4th grade. Plus, 4th grade was kind of traumatic for some people and you wiped your memory banks clean. Now, I didn't make this next thing up. I can't claim any fame. It wasn't my idea. It's a good idea. I like it, so I'll use it. Okay, let's say here's a cowboy riding on his horse. See, cowboy's on top. The horse is underneath the cowboy. Well, at night when they go home, the cowboy, he goes into the house, right? He's under the roof. And the horse, he's outside. So, whatever the cowboy is on top of the horse, you put the cowboy inside the house, put the horse outside. Put the stinking horse outside. He doesn't have to go outside. Okay, so it's 14 divided by 3. Well, let's see. How many times does 3 goes into 4? How many times does 3 go into 14? I can say this, okay? Let's see, 3, let's see, roughly, say 4 times maybe, because 3 times 4 is 12. If you go up as far as 5, that's 15, that's too many. You catch what I'm saying? So 3 goes into 14 4 times. Let's check it out. 4 times 3, that's 12. Okay. Now if we subtract that, 12 from 14 is 2. So the numbers are all jumbled up, but okay. That's the whole number, 4. The answer is 4. It's right there, 4. The remainder of 2 is the numerator. 4 2/3. Now I know it's tricky. I'm sorry. But it's 4 2/3, which you already know. Let's do ones you already know just to verify this and prove it to you. How about 15/8? We take 15, cowboy goes in the house, put the horse, messed up that horse, put him on the outside. 8 goes into 15, well, let's see, 2 times, that's too many, right? No, because 8 times, how about 1? 8 goes into 15 1 time. 8 times 1 times 8 is only 8. When we subtract, well, that makes 7. So it's 1, the leftover, the remainder, 7. Keep the same denominator. Well, we already know that, okay? That's the way you work it. To show you a few more. Oh, let's see here. How about 13/5? What a stupid looking number. Let's convert that into a mixed number. Again, you're working a math problem. You get that as your answer. You don't leave it that way. You must convert into a mixed number, a mixed fraction. So let's see, 13 divided by 5. Let's see, 5 goes into 13, well, maybe 2 times, right? Because that makes 10. The next higher number, 3, is too high. So 5 goes into 13 2 times. 2 times 5, that's 10. Am I going too fast? I'll slow down. Now we subtract. That makes 3. So it's 2, that's the whole number. The remainder is the numerator. End up with the same denominator. Of course, you must end up with the same denominator or you've done something wrong. So the answer is 2 3/5. Hey, the really nice thing is you can double check yourself. If I got this and I think, well, that's the right answer, let's double check by doing the other conversion. 2 times 5 is 10. 10 plus 3 is 13. Yeah, I've got it right. So double checking this is a very simple thing. Let's rehash all this. The main thing is, one more time, always on a math problem, unless you're told otherwise for some stupid reason, if your answer comes out as an improper fraction, don't leave it that way. You convert that to a mixed number. It just sounds better. To say, give 5 halves of a teaspoon sounds stupid. Say 2.5 teaspoons is a much better way to say it. So always convert improper to a mixed number, a mixed fraction. Be able to convert either one into the other form. So to convert mixed number to improper, you multiply the whole number by the bottom number, then add the top. That goes up there. You keep the same denominator. The other way around, you take that number divided by this and just do a division problem. But when you do a division problem, double check by doing what I just said. This times this plus this, and there's your answer. One more, because I know you like doing these. I know that. 26 over, 26 over 12. Oh my goodness. Whoa. Now there's something else you have to throw into the mix. 2 things about fractions. We discussed one of these in one of the other videos up there. You need to reduce the lowest terms. Well, when do I do that? Well, I can do it right here if I'm able to, or once I get the final answer, I can do it there. I can just do it right here. It makes it easier in most cases. Can I reduce this to lowest terms? I mean, can it reduce it all? Yes, it can. Meaning, can I divide both this and this by the same number? I certainly can. How about 2? Aha! Divide 26 by 2, that becomes something like maybe 13. 12 divided by 2 is sometimes, at least on Monday, Tuesdays, and Wednesdays, it becomes number 6. Yeah, so 26 over 12 is 13 over 6. A little easier now. Now if I find some extra space here, which I doubt, 13 divided by 6. How many times is 6 go into 13? Well, let's see here. How about 2 times, right? That makes 12. So 2 times 6 is 12. I subtract. 1's the leftover. So my answer is 2 and 1, 6. Yes, it's the same denominator. Let's double check. 2 times 6, that makes 12. Plus 1, that makes 13. So there's 13. Keep the same denominator. Wow, it worked. See, if you had done this before you reduced and do 26 divided by 12, well, you can do that, but that's harder to do. You still will get the same answer, sort of. 12 goes in 26, 2 times. That's 24. I subtract. That makes 2. So it's 2 and 2 12ths. But then you got to reduce this, which ends up being 2 and 1 6. But again, the rule is 2 things you have to be able to do with every fraction. If you're able to reduce it, you better reduce it. You must. You will. Absolutely, positively, no questions asked. Because you got to answer to me if you don't do it right. Also, if the answer is an improper fraction, you must convert to a mixed number or mixed fraction. But you might have to do both sometimes. So it's always best if it comes out as an improper fraction that you can reduce it first, then do the division thing and blah, 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 and you got them. Okay. You got that down? Are you sure? I see puzzled looks on your face. I can see you out there. I can tell there's some looks that I don't like that. So I'm going to cut this off before I keep looking at you. It makes me upset when I see you out there. So upset.